Hello, and this is Makeup Talk with Mimi. On today's episode, we are going to discuss foundation, which is the pillar of makeup. Without a good foundation, then you won't have a perfect beat. So the place to color swatch is on the chest here. That's the perfect place because we see makeup from here up. So I'm going to show you a few foundations. The first one is Nars. We're going to swatch that on. The second one is Black Opal. And the very last one is Fenty Beauty. This is my actual foundation color, so that it should blend seamlessly into the skin. And we're going to take a little brush to just blend those out. And that's how you should see your foundation. You should not be able to tell the difference. So let's get started with me showing you how to apply this foundation to your face. So we're going to go over foundation. The key to a good foundation is a great base. So I'm starting off with clean skin, nothing on the skin. If you have fresh skin, meaning freshly washed, you want to actually add a little bit of moisture back to the face. I normally use a Farsali 24 karat gold, so I'll try a little bit of that for you. All right, so you want to go really light on this because this stuff is very, very, very oily. And as you can see, it gives you a generous amount that comes out in this little squeegee here, but I'm just going to apply just a little bit because I don't want to be too saturated because I have normal skin. Alright, so then we're going to pull that down and around. Try not to pull too heavy up underneath the eyes because we want to make sure that we still look young. Alright, and then we're just going to blend that into the skin. And being that I have normal skin, I don't use a lot of that. Because I don't want to have like, you know, too much of a Crisco face. You know what I mean? Alright, so my next product that I like to use is the Motives Complexion Perfection Face Primer. This is like my go-to primer because it actually fills in the little pores, any smile lines, any imperfections that you may have as well. So this product is my go-to product, okay? So taking just, I like to be generous with this amount that I'm going to apply. I normally just apply this amount on the back of my hand and then just put it into the skin, pretty much in my T-zone, under eye, and then just, you know, use your fingertips to work it into the skin. Definitely over the lip and then the smile lines. If you do have smile lines, makeup is automatically going to sit there. So you want to make sure that you are moving your mouth to the side there so that you can get where your smile lines are. And I actually push my face out with my tongue inside so that I can make sure that I'm getting those areas that are my problem areas. Okay, now that was my second product that I like to use. So primer, I also use another primer, which is the Tarte Clean Slate primer. Now this primer is a little more heavy, so you want to use, I try to use like a small amounts of that. And I only use it in my smile line area because that's typically my problem area. Everything else typically goes on nice and smooth, but just for me, I smile a lot. I'm always happy, I'm guessing. So I want to make sure that I cover those areas. Okay? Alright, so my foundation of choice today is going to be the Nars new foundation. It's the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It's the brand new foundation that has just came out. I went to Sephora and got color matched for it and fell in love. So it is a really, really good foundation. It's full coverage and it does still show the skin. You can use two applicators. I normally use like a brush or my beauty blender. So the beauty blender is going to just give you that bounce, that flawless airbrush look, and so does a brush does that as well, but I like to use kind of both of them. So I normally start with this and then blend the rest of my foundation out with this. All right, so my two go-to things are these two right here. All right, so when I normally apply this, I normally actually apply it directly to my face because then I know exactly where I'm going to blend the product from. So I like to put a mark underneath my face, underneath my eye here, and underneath that eye, my chin, and then my forehead. All right, and then I'm just going to blend it out. Alright, so blending foundation through is really important. Now, being that my foundation is pretty much matching my chest, my face is a little darker than my chest. Honestly, it's actually a lot darker than my chest. So I have to go with whatever foundation that matches my chest because you don't want to get that casket sharp look where it doesn't blend out and you don't have a cohesive look with your makeup. So as I continue to blend, I just take a little product from off of my forehead and place it back to my face. So using the products, sparingly because you don't need so much, but this product is actually buildable, so you can take it and put it down, and then if you need more to cover up any imperfections that you may have, you can do that as well. I like to take the foundation up into my brow bone area as well, because when you are applying that foundation, you want to make sure that you are getting it in the places that are most important to you. For me, my important areas are underneath my neck because you want to make sure that it blends down. When you are applying foundation, you don't want to just stop here at the jawline. You want to take it down into the neck because that's going to make you have that unison look here. All right, so using my beauty blender, I'm just going to soften it up a little bit, getting any lines of demarcation out, blending it down through my forehead and the sides of my nose. Now, you can leave your foundation like this. Me, I like a little bit more coverage when it comes to my foundation because I don't want to see any of my blemishes or anything like that. So I'm going to add another coat, probably just one little small pump here by my nose and one here on the side of my face here. So I'm going to just take my brush and just blend that down just a little bit. Because we are going for a full-on beat. So having that foundation on, and a lot of times people wonder how much product should you put on. Some of these products, as far as the foundation goes, some of them are actually full coverage. Nars is considered a full coverage foundation, and when you're sparingly putting it on in the beginning, then you know how much you can go back and put on. Now, don't worry if you can't cover up anything as far as like some small little imperfections, because that's just showing your skin. Now, if this was like a full-on thick heavyweight foundation, then you probably could get that to happen. But this foundation is more skin-like. And then you just want to make sure that you take it back into the earlobe just a little bit. often you don't want to see any harsh lines in your makeup, especially when it comes to your ear. So me, I like to take it and stop it about right there, and then just bring it back to the face so that I look well blended all over. So as you can see here in the chest area, now my face, everything matches from my chest up. So I have to make sure that my face matches my chest, okay? And there is no lines of demarcation. And you can see it all in its totality. I'm still going to add just a little bit of product right there because that blemish just don't want to leave. And sometimes if you use a brush, that brush can give you some streakiness. So if you find that it's just taking away some of the product at the same time, just use your beauty blender to blend it out when you add that remaining product back to your face. And I'm going to take one more pump right there just because I want, like I said, we're going for a flawless face. Pressing that product right up underneath the eyes. Is very, very important. Now, this product looks very good. It shows it still has that skin-like approach. Just get a little bit more coverage on my forehead there. And you still want to look like yourself, just flawless, okay? Sometimes people call makeup magic, and I hate when they say that because it's not supposed to make the woman feel that way. So we're just supposed to look like ourselves, just simply with an airbrushed look where we're runway ready, but we're not looking like no one knows who we are, okay? So that is foundation pulled all the way through. You can still see my skin now you see that radiant glow there, and I don't have on any highlight. I haven't contoured or anything. I haven't done anything yet to the rest of my skin. I just simply have put on foundation. So if you also, just blending it out around your mouth is really important because you don't want to show any lines of demarcation when it comes to your foundation. Making sure that you blend it out through the hairline. All right, is very, very vital for you. Making sure that it's all nice and blended. The key to good foundation is making sure it is actually blended. Sometimes people tend to not do that, go to the extra mile, making sure that they're fully blended all up underneath here. If you don't blend up underneath your chin, if you lean back and laugh, man, you are done for. So you want to make sure that you get right up under there, blend that down. I often see people leave out up underneath their chin, so you have this huge or flawless beat on top here, and then forget down here underneath. So then when you lean back or you smile or you turn your head to the side, then you see that line of demarcation, and that's not supposed to be there when you have a good foundation. All right, so this foundation can be set with a powder, or you can just leave it as is, depending upon your skin type. Me, I tend to go on with the rest of my face before I set anything. I normally get to my highlight and contour before I decide to use any setting powders, okay? So this is foundation in a nutshell. I'm glad you girls and guys tuned in, and we'll see you on our next show.